Hi, I'm Courtney from Eating Disorder Hope, and welcome to our vlog series. The 2016 Rio Olympics are coming up in about a month or so, and we're excited to cheer on Team USA. The Olympics are really the only time every 4 years that competitive swimming is really in the spotlight, at least in the mainstream spotlight. So we wanted to take this chance to shed some light on unique issues facing competitive swimmers when it comes to body image issues and disordered eating. There was actually a study that came out in 2001 that found over 50% of female competitive swimmers at the collegiate level feel that there are weight pressures in swimming. So this can take the form of pressure from coaches, perceived pressure from crowds or crowd scrutiny, as well as the perception that losing weight will actually improve your swim times. There's also the issue of swimsuits, and even though they're one pieces, so they're not as revealing as other swimsuits, they are very, very tight and form-fitting. That people are actually told, competitive swimmers are actually encouraged to buy swimsuits that are a couple sizes smaller than they actually would wear normally, because this is thought to improve the streamline effect and just reduce drag when you're swimming. So of course, if you're walking around every day and swimming in these suits that are multiple sizes smaller than your body should be wearing, you're going to feel like you need to lose weight, but in reality the problem is not with your body, the problem is with the suit. So this leads to some issues as well, especially for people in the Olympics, for swimmers in the Olympics, because there's also the scrutiny, on a global scale, because they know that this is being televised and that people all over the world are watching them. So there are lots of issues that go into this. Also, just the fact that swimming is a very unique sport in that you are, of course, competing against other swimmers, but you're also competing against yourself and against your past times and your personal best times. So there's always kind of this internal competition against yourself. And I think that this can be very healthy and drive people to do great things, both athletically and in regular life. But it can also be used in a negative way for someone who has a high likelihood of disordered eating. It can kind of be used to just further disordered eating and those disordered thought processes, especially when it comes to your own personal value. If you put your own personal value dependent on your swim times, that's kind of like putting your own personal value on what food you eat, and it's just kind of easy to make that transition to disordered eating when there are already these weight pressures and just general body image issues affecting the swimming community. So a lot of swimmers have actually come forward as having struggled with eating disorders in the past, one of which is Amanda Beard. She actually came out with a book that was beautifully called In the Water They Can't See You Cry, where she talked about her struggle with bulimia and self-harm and depression. And I think it's really great when competitive swimmers and athletes in general can come forward with these stories, because there is kind of this perception that they're godlike and that they, don't struggle with anything and they just have these perfect bodies and, just go through life without any trouble. And so I think it really does make them human, and it helps other athletes who look up to these top tier athletes whom, these other athletes might be struggling with similar things, and then when they can look to people say, okay, well, Amanda Beard struggled with bulimia and got help and got better, so there's hope for me, for if someone else is struggling with disordered eating, even young girls who are first getting into swimming. So I think it's very helpful when people come forward, and just in general, I think it's great when Olympians can relate to people on that level. So check out the Olympics and let us know what you think. If you have a history of swimming and disordered eating, if you think that if you think there are any correlations and what's going on there, just let us know, and we'd love to hear from you. Thanks so much, and have a good day.